session. Ladies and gentlemen, all the tech enthusiasts, welcome you all to this session, which was a collaboration event of GDSC and GFG. We are thrilled to have you all here with us today. In this dynamic and insightful webinar, we'll take you on a journey through the world of open source, shedding light on its significance, potential, and the incredible opportunity it offers. Whether you are a seasoned developer or someone just beginning their tech journey, this is the perfect space to expand your horizons and explore the realm of open source contributions. Before that, a special shout out to our collaborating institutions who have made this event possible. Techno Engineering College Baripur, IIIT Kalyani, IIST Shivpur, Bajpur Institute of Technology, VIIT, Sister Nivedita University, RCOM, and Learning Institute of Engineering and Technology. Before that, what exactly is open source? Yes, you all have given me some answers, but let me tell you my perspective of what open source is. Open source. As many of you know, it's not just code, it's about community, it's about collaboration, and it's about innovation. It's a philosophy that empowers individuals and organizations to work together, to share their knowledge, and to create technology that can change the world. Today, we have two distinguished speakers who will guide us through this open source odyssey. Firstly, let me introduce you to Abhishek. Mr. Abhishek, the founding organizer of Social Winter of Code, is a passionate advocate of open source. He will delve into the theoretical aspects of open source and help us understand the fundamental concepts and the ethos that will drive this collaborative movement. He'll also introduce us to SWOC 4.0, a program that's making waves in the open source universe. So I feel free to invite Mr. Abhishek to continue the session further.
Hey, hello everyone. Hello Harshita. Thank you for introducing me. Hope I'm audible and visible. Hello.
Yes, you're audible, Abhishek.
Okay. Can you just provide me the access of screen sharing? Uh, no, I guess I can see the screen share button, but it's disabled for me.
I guess Surabhi can pass on the presenter access.
Yes, I got it. Yes, I got it now. Okay, cool. So I hope the screen is visible now. Let me present it. The kind of. So okay, as our host mentioned that this will be a kind of theoretical session from my side, and my push will be introducing you with the practical aspect of open source. So the topic is introduction to open source with SWC, and we also look about some other programs. Uh, Getting ahead. Sorry, just some lag. Okay, so before starting, you all must be telling like to hack on ये बता दे पहले. तो ठीक है. I'm my full name is Abhishek Sanjay Manpuskar. I'm a creator of SWC. I'm a front end developer. I create mostly in React, and I can proudly say that I have helped almost 15,000 plus students to learn and contribute to open source through SWC with my team. So okay, let's not waste much time in my introduction, and let's start with like what is open source. You know, uh, Basically, the name itself describes open source, that is open software, which is available to use by anyone, which is created for a good cause or maybe to solve a problem. It is basically, it can be a software, it can be a feature, it can be also a website, or any kind of, we'll say, it can be also documentation where you can share your expertise, or you can share your skills and help build that particular uh, product. I will say product is the better word we will use here. As I mentioned here, open source refers to a type of software or a project or an intellectual property that is released with a license that allows everyone to view, use, modify, and all these operations which are like opened by the particular project admin. Now you will say, okay, we understood this is open source, it's open, we can do contribute to it. Now, what are the ways of contributing to it? What can be the roles of that? So basically, there are three roles. Uh, you can be a contributor, you can be a project admin, and you can be a mentor. Okay. So if you are a very beginner, if you are in college, you can be also expert in your college. But yes, we'll start with the beginner stage. If you are a beginner, uh, you have to start with the contributor phase. You have to select a particular tech stack. Tech stack is a technical language or a bunch of languages which you are good in, and you have to start contributing to open source projects. uh, like you can do it individually, or you can also do it by joining some other programs. So what are the responsibilities when you join as a contributor? Basically, you have to study the code first. The first thing is study the code, know the project, like what its motto is, why it's being made, what are the technical stacks used, who is the project admin, and yes, what it's trying to do and what will be the goal of that project. Key activities which you will be doing is writing code, fixing bugs. You can be also doing some testing work. That totally depends on uh, the project. Not all project need testing. That is done by the project admin. But yes, sometimes you will be also asked to do a testing part. Now, second role is project admin. So for a project admin, you should be an expert or a professional. So what is the role of project admin? Basically, project admin has a project. He is the owner of the project. He has the owner of that ownership of the project and the ownership of the license of that project. And he basically manages all the things. He creates the base of that project. He writes the documentation. He writes the goal of that project, and when he creates the he creates the issues, like what is needed to be done under that particular project, and he also guides the participants or the contributors, will say, to like how to proceed with this project. Activities you can read, like reviewing and merging pull requests. This is the main thing they do. But yes, before this before getting to this stage, they need to create a base. That's a very hard part. Like creating any project, you must also have experience, like when you are doing your any kind of personal project in your college. The starting is the hard part. The middle part is okay, you go with the flow, it's good, and ending is also hard, but not compared to the start. So yes, for a project admin, you need to know the technical stack, what needed to be used in that project, which will be better. We have option like React and Angular. Which will be better, using React or using Angular? So he need to decide according to the project requirements and the environment he sets up. Third one is mentor. Now, okay, to be a mentor, again, you need to be not very professional, but yes, as at an average stage, you must be able to know like what is done in that particular project. You need to read the code database. You need to know what is the flow of the project. You need to get the structure of the project, like what structure is being followed by the project admin, then what technique you need to know the basic knowledge of the technical stack used there. And what basically you have to do is you will be helping the contributors and also project admin. Like you will be helping contributors with respect to solving their basic issues, or maybe if they stuck somewhere, and to project admin to like review the code of uh, when a contributor creates a code or any feature. He basically reviews the code. When he makes a pull request, mentor reviews the code. He gives the go like, yes, we are ready to merge. We need to check if are there any conflicts in that particular project, or maybe in future if this code is added in future, will it cause any error to the current project. So yes, all these things are need like checked by the mentor and project admin, and then a single project PR like pull request is merged. So yes, if you are like beginner, start with the contributor phase. If you are a medium or like you have gained knowledge, like you can know what is written in this code, you can get to mentor, but yes, then also you need to contribute to get to a expert level. Okay. Now, okay, we got कि कैसे कैसे कर सकते हैं contribution. Now, कहाँ कहाँ contribution हो सकता है? कि like, is it only for technical, or we can also contribute to the non-tech part? Like these are the domains. Uh, Software development, you can develop a software, you can develop a web and app, you can like these two are the technical part. Most of these are the from technical part. You will be actually coding here. You will be like reading the database, you will be reading the code base, you will be getting to know the structure of the project. Again, the same points as I mentioned before. And these two domains include the part of coding. Now you will say that I am not good with that coding, because yes, even if you are a computer engineer, it's not necessary that you are good with coding. It's expected, but yes, you can choose a path according to your interest, like technical documentation, installation and configuration guides, user contributor guide. So what is done here, basically you have to uh, write a technical documentation which is used to like if you're a contributor, how will you know that what is required, what is done in this project? You will go to that project's repo, you will read the documentation first. You will not read the code first. You will read the documentation, like what is required in this particular project, what are the goals, what are the like flow used, what is the like how many APIs are used, or what is the tech stack, and what is the architecture. So yes, also you need to, when you need to install it in your system. So for that you also need to be like create a guide, like yes, type this command and install this into your system. Then after you install it to your system, you need to install the packages. For packages, enter this command. If there are some issues, then you can do else. Yes, you can add this also. If you want to do any improvements in the technical documentation, maybe it can be a case where you will find that yes, the documentation is very complicated and it's not easily readable. So you can update according to like easy in a easy way. So for that, you need to talk with the project admin accordingly. Same procedure, nothing different. You have to go to the repo, you have to talk with mentors, project admin. But yes, you are not supposed to do coding, but yes, you need to know uh, what things are being done or what is needed to be done. Next domain is UI UX design. Okay, this is also a non-tech, I will say, part. If you are like good with designing skills, if you are good with Photoshop, Canva, or like Illustrator, or basically you have a good approach in designing or creating an architecture. So what is architecture here? Uh, we don't directly go and start coding. Before that, we create a structure of the project. We create a file structure. We plan the things like what thing will be managed in which part, कहाँ क्या होगा, कहाँ पे, where will be will changing the folders. Like in React, I will say what we do is we create a component folder. We write all the components in that component folder. Then we have pages folder. All the pages will be handled in that particular folder. Then we have services. The HTTP requests are being handled there. So yes, this is the basic idea. But yes, when you get like deep into this architecture part, it goes very large. So yes, uh, if you are good with designs and like a planning, I will say, uh, you can also contribute to UI UX design. And at the last, you can pitch your idea. Definitely, if you want to add your own views, or if you have an idea that yes, we can add this feature to this project, or we will implement this thing, we will try that. So definitely, you can pitch that in all these perspective. Even if you found that no, UI UX is not user friendly, uh, it's giving a glitch, or uh, it's not a eye catchy, so you can propose the change like yes, we can do this, we can have these color combinations, or we can have this architecture to make the development phase easy for the contributors. Okay, so yes, these are the domains. Now ठीक है, इतना तो सब हो गया. अब we got to know what are the domains, we got to know how can we contribute, what are the benefits, इससे मिलेगा क्या. First is definitely skill development, experience मिलेगा, जैसे like most of the companies says. But yes, definitely, because when you are contributing to open source, you are learning on your own. The technical stacks, most of the projects are like in the today's world, I will say what I have seen, most of the projects they have shifted on React as a front end part. I'm saying that there are also some who are just working on JS, but yes, you are learning that particular skill on your own, because there will be multiple requirements. There will not a single requirement. You will need to know HTML, CSS, Java, JavaScript, or maybe Node, Mongo, all these things you need to know according to the requirement. Don't get scared that इतना सब कुछ चाहिए कि open source के लिए नहीं. Even if one language you know, but yes, you have to learn that one language. So yes, if you are contributing, definitely you will be able to develop your skills. Second is resume enhancement. If you create any feature in open source, you can definitely add the proof of that yes, I have created this feature under this project, and this feature was accepted and it's working. You can just add the link of that GitHub repo or the issue in your resume. That will definitely help, because recruiters are looking for genuine projects. You know what you have done here, so you will definitely able to tell you like yes, I have did this in this way. And this will be a good way to like uh, give a good impression on the recruiter. Third is problem solving and clean code. As I mentioned, you will be able to learn the new structure, architecture, and problem solving skills. Definitely, like you are solving a issue. Okay, sorry. You are solving a issue here. You are approaching like you are approaching a plan. You are planning the things, and then you are pitching it, and then you are working on the code. Like when you are doing DSA, you what you do is we go on lead code, or we go on hacker rank, hacker Earth, and we start with the basic problems that are in those platforms. So as you keep continuing, your problem skills, like problem solving uh, abilities are improved. In this same case, for the next time when you contribute again to that particular project, you know that yes, we have done this in the last issue. Fourth is community engagement. Yes, you will able to connect with lot of developers and lot of new people, and you will able to know that what what is current trend going on in the community. Fifth is direct job opportunities. There are some organizations. when you contribute to that particular project of under the organization, if they found that yes, you have done a good job, they will directly offer you jobs. I have seen lots of students from stock that they got the direct job opportunity just on their open source contributions. And yes, they some of the organizations also pay you to solve the issue. Like you must be knowing Google Summer of Code, you must be knowing Outreach. There is Major League Hacking MLH program. So yes, you will be also paid for solving. In swap we don't pay for pay now, because like we are just on very basic level, we have just basic projects. But yes, there is a surprise for all of you. We'll soon announce that there are some projects which will be like given under a paid category. So yes, we'll definitely announce that. So as we got to know about benefits, now how to proceed. सब समझ गया, basics हो गया. How to start, like how to do actual thing on the ground. So I guess this part will be covered by my friend Kush. So allow me to end my session here. And if you have any questions till now, you can ask those in the chat. Hey, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Was I audible in the entire session I presented?
Yeah, it was very audible.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Guys, if you have any questions, you can ask in the chat. And if you definitely, if you want to connect with me, you can connect with me here. You can just scan this QR code. I will also share the link in the chat. Uh, I guess, Push, you can start. We'll solve the issues in the chat itself. QA
All
section
right.
2. Okay, is there any QA section? Oh, yes, yes, right, right. Sorry, sorry. We'll do that. Push, you can continue.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah, Mr. Abhishek, thank you so much. Your interest towards open source is evident throughout the session. Now, let's invite our speaker number two, that is Kush Munot. He's the founding president of JFG RCOM chapter. He's a driving force in the world of tech. He will take us to the hands-on aspect of open source by focusing on Hacktoberfest, an annual celebration of open source. And yes, theory can only take you so far. Let's welcome Kush.
So, hey everyone, am I audible, right? Mm, Hi, am I audible?
You are audible.
Yeah, okay. So, thank you, Abhishek, for the theoretical part and the starting of what GitHub is and how are we going to move forward. So, let's get started like with the hands-on session. So, let me just present my screen. All right. Mm. So, yeah, this is just a small summary about me. I'm a fourth year student from Ramdev Baba College of Engineering and Management and currently placed at Amadeus Labs, Bangalore. I mainly use React and Material UI for making all of my projects, and I do my DSA and CP in C++. I've got 1600 plus contributions on GitHub. So we'll be going through basics till the advanced, whatever you have to deal with in open source contributions. That's a small gist about me, that who I am. Mm, mm, mm. So let's get started with our first PR. I want to know how many of you have like your accounts on GitHub. Okay, you all almost have accounts on GitHub, and how many of you have VS Code installed? Like these are two main prerequisites that we should have. I expect that people coming for open source, then they might be having VS Code and GitHub. So both. Great, great, great. Nice to see you all like active onto the chat. So I have got one repository for you. Okay. Now there are some steps also written into it. So we'll not go on to the steps. I'll show you the everything onto the screen. What you have to do is just open this GitHub repository onto your laptops. Okay. And since every time remember one thing, that whenever you're contributing to any repository that is not your own repository, you'll have to always first fork that repository and create a local copy of that onto your own GitHub account. Okay, so the first step is that we'll have to fork the repository whichever we are wishing to contribute, right? So now first thing is that you will have a fork button over here. You click on this button and you'll have to create a fork of this, and after that create fork. And if sometimes it is saying that it is already existing, then you might be having a repository with the same name, so just change the name. So I've written this, I've changed the name, and we create a okay, I only have created this repository, so I cannot create a fork of this, but you guys surely can create a fork of this repository. Just go and click on this fork button, and in the bottom corner you would be getting a create fork button. After that, your created fork of this repository would be ready with you. So just give me a like a wave onto the chat whenever you are done with this forking step. Okay, Prasanna has done this, Aniket also, Nitish, Srinivas, Jay. I'll just repeat once. You have to go on to that repository link. I'm sharing the link again. And after that, you'll see this fork button over here. You'll have to just click on this fork button, and a copy of this repository would be created. Because since you will try, whenever you try to clone this repository and try to push something onto it would say that access is denied because you have not created this and I haven't given you access to collaborate with me onto this project. So at that time you'll have to create a fork and then try to push things into it and create a pull request. Okay, so that is the first step that we always have to keep in mind while we are contributing to open source projects. I'll wait for a minute or two and then we'll move to the next step. By that time, we'll answer some of the questions if they are onto the chat. Excuse me. What if someone steals our project by forking? See, if you are keeping your projects open source, then you will also have to create licenses for the same. So you get MIT license, you get some different other licensing services also. so that if someone is trying to steal your project and claim it as yours, then through that licenses you can legally claim and fight that that project is yours. And mostly people do not do this on a larger scale. Ki we'll fork the project and claim it as ours and submit it. Okay, Debanjan, I'll repeat. You'll have to go to this repository link and just fork this repository from here. Just click on this button fork and scroll down. You'll get a button over here, create fork, and click on that create fork button so that it would be a copy of this repository would be created onto your own personal GitHub account. Okay, 18 folks have forked this repository. So mostly licensing helps you in claiming that your project is your own project, and you surely have your GitHub history, which commit history, which tells that you have committed those projects earlier. So it generally becomes yours, and those are some rules that come into the picture, right? Okay, so most of you have done this step. Next step is after forking, you go on your forked page. I'll what I'll do is I'll go on to one another account that I have on GitHub so that we can again fork and move with you all. See, this is the repository. I'll fork, create a fork. It will create. So now what it is saying that this branch is up to date with the thing that I have forked. Now what we'll do is click on this green code button, select HTTPS and copy this URL. Okay. Step one, click on this green button, go select this HTTPS format and copy this button, copy this URL. When after you have forked, okay. Now, what you can do is let's create a fresh folder, new folder, name it anything. I've named this as PR, first pull request. I'll open it and we'll try to open CMD over here, or you can also use git bash. So if you want to use git bash, you will click on git bash, which already comes when you install git for yourself. Copy that URL, the path that you were doing, and just write cd change directory to that path. Hmm. Now what are we like? Are we good till here? Okay. I'll show it again. You have to just create one new folder, and after creating that folder, open that folder and just onto this tab where you get your folder name, just type cmd and click enter so that a window like this opens for you, your command terminal opens for you. Cool, everyone is has opened their command terminals. Done. Great. Now what we are going to type is we are going to clone that repository and create a local copy on our computers. So we'll type git clone and then paste that URL. What was the URL? This one. Okay. Now the URL that you had copied, you will paste it over here and just click enter. So it will write cloning into something. You will get some remote things, and all 6 by 6 is done. Then it would, your command terminal would be all right. Now after forking, we have to open CMD. That's it, right? And you'll also have to copy the link. You'll have to copy this. You'll have to go on to this repository, click on code button, select HTTPS and copy this link. This is your unique URL for this repository that is on GitHub. See, if you're getting this error that Git is not recognized as internal or external command, then just check if you are getting git dash dash version. If you're getting some version, then git is installed into your computer. If you're not getting any version like this, then you'll have to install git. Okay, Aniket, just try to download git from here. For just click on next. There you do not have to do select anything and install git. After installing git, you'll have to first um, write config, like you'll have to create a config file. So for that, mm, could you explain your problem, what you're facing, Akhila? Okay, can you repeat the process after forking? Okay, so after you have forked, you'll have to create one folder. Okay, create any folder, any name, I don't mind the name, just create a folder. After creating this folder, click over here and write cmd. Okay, so this will open a command terminal for you, and you'll have to write over here a command git clone and the URL that we have to clone, that you had copied from that green button, which would be something like this: https://github.com, your GitHub username / let's contribute.git. You'll have to write this command. Okay, I am writing the command. Okay, after writing, you'll have to write git clone and URL. This is the command that you'll have to write. So so this is the basic step of cloning any repository. In future, if you are going to contribute, you will first fork. After forking, you will clone, and after cloning, you will then, whenever you're cloning, you're making a copy of that repository, that code, onto your local machine, so that you can start working onto the project, create some changes, and whenever the feature is achieved, then you can create a pull request. So we have now cloned the repository. How many of you have done this cloning process without any errors? Cool, cool. Git is installing, no worries, Aniket. We are still recording the session, so in future, if you are missing out somewhere, you can you can just revisit it on YouTube whenever it is getting uploaded. The links will be provided to you. After cloning, just write code space dot. This will open VS Code for you. What you have to type code and a space full stop. Okay. I've written the command into the chat, code space full stop. Your VS Code will open for this. Keep the terminal open and let's move on to the VS Code. Now on VS Code, you could see that this is let's contribute named folder. Now what you have to do, you have a very basic task. All of us know at least one programming language, right? Maybe it is a Python, maybe it is Java, or maybe it is C or C++, anything. I want you to just write a small program. It can be hello world program, it can be taking an input of array and outputting that array, or doing some operations on that array like sorting and then printing that array. Do anything that you want, but just follow this step. Create a folder of your name, and in that folder the file should exist, whichever file you are making, a .py, .java, .cpp.c, anything, any code. But you will have to just make a folder of your name, and inside that, like agar mujhe banana hai, I'll have to make a folder called Kush. Then inside that folder I'll make main.cpp. We'll have, so this is a basic program that is created. Now what we'll do, now what you have to do is create such a program, but keep in mind that you're making folder of your own name, so that we do not have merge conflicts while we are merging all the code onto the repository. Okay, are we good till this step? You have to make a folder of your own name and make a file, any programming language. You can even use HTML if you want. Create a small HTML code with some heading tags and all. And whenever you're ready, whenever you have done, just write a yo in chat so that we'll move further with steps. Okay, it's 7:20. I'll wait till 7:25, 5 minutes for you to create this. And till that, let's see if Aniket also comes with us. If still you have any doubts, we'll clear those doubts in Q&A session. So yeah, see, Aniket, you have been trying to contribute in different repositories from days, and each issue seems overwhelming. Okay, so what I would suggest to you is stick to some domain that you are pretty good at. Like when last year while I was contributing, I was also in my third year, and pretty basic, I used to know only pretty basic HTML, CSS, and a bit of React. So what I did, I started contributing in HTML repositories, and we'll be discussing how to find good repositories in the later half of this session after the first PR is done. But try to focus on, if you're pretty beginner, this is your first Hacktoberfest, then create issues rather than working on created issues. You open the website, if there is some bad UI, if it is not mobile friendly, if it does not have light mode dark mode facility, then try to bring in such things that would enhance the UI, user experience, and UI of the website, because that is the front end work which can be easily done, and your PR could also be merged, which indeed would be enhancing the user experience of that website. So that is where I would suggest. And if you're using Java, Then there are pretty good repositories on full stack Java projects also on GitHub and Hacktoberfest. So that would help you in finding good repositories. And what is this tree planting thing? So tree planting thing, till last year they used to give t-shirts. I have one at my place right now, Hacktoberfest t-shirt. So from this year they are planning to move towards sustainability, and that's why they'll be planting a tree onto your name whenever you complete four PRs of in other Hacktoberfest repositories. So that's a good thing you can say. And we have some surprise, all the colleges that have that have collaborated, we have a small surprise for you at the end, so stick till end, because there you might be getting something when you complete 4 PRs of your own also, right? So anything else that's coming? What are the basic requirements to start contributing to open source? There are no requirements to start open source, just that you need to know what is the basics of Git and GitHub, how to create a pull request, which we'll be learning today. And after today's session you're good to start your open source contribution. That's my guarantee. Okay, cool. There are no questions. Okay, Srinivas, I'll repeat it again. You do not have to do anything. Onto the command terminal, come over here, write code space. I'll just zoom this so that you get to see all the commands that I'm typing. Um, the command you'll have to write is code space a full stop, and just click enter. That would open this VS Code screen for you. In that screen you'll have to make a folder. Into the let's contribute folder you'll have to make a folder of your own name, and in that any file, any programming language that you know, create any basic program of hello world or of arrays or of anything that you like. HTML also is allowed, everything is allowed. Just make one file into it, so that while you're pushing, you can even create a txt file and paste something that is relevant from the internet. Don't just put something that is going to harm someone's emotions. Okay, hope you get the code of conduct stuff. And then we'll move further. Okay, you'll have to just create a folder and a file into it, any file, .txt, .cpp, .java, .c, .py, anything that you like. See, Satya, after installing, if it is still showing you, I'll show you two commands. You'll have to config, right? So copy this. I'm pasting the commands onto the chat. So here, wherever you're writing the first name, last name, there you'll have to write your GitHub username. Okay. Into this space, you'll have to write your GitHub username. Just copy this from chat, paste it onto your command terminal, and write your GitHub username at that specific place. And over here, write the GitHub email ID that you are using for your GitHub account. Okay. And after that you can clone, and I feel that it should work properly. After cloning, open VS Code, make your own folder and write something into it. All right, we are past the time. I hope everyone has done this file wala thing. Just give a yo into the chat so that I can see that everyone is with me, and we are moving smoothly. Yeah, you'll have to just save the file and wait. We'll do steps. Programming done, great. Yeah, sure. I'll show you the directory structure. It is like let's contribute. In that you have Kush, that is my name, and inside that any file, CPP, TXT, anything. All right. Now the next step is that come to your command terminal, and whenever you have done something into your repository, the first step is you write a command git status. So cd change directory, let's contribute. You get into that repository. Okay, so first is cd let's contribute. This command you will type, and then over here we'll write git status. So it will show you something like this, that there are some untracked files which are not committed, nothing added to commit, but untracked files present. And it is also telling you that use command git add to track. Okay, I hope I am audible and visible. The screen is visible. Okay, 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 okay. Um, some one of our friend is facing an issue. Okay, so after creating the file pr is the folder. Okay, folder can be of any name, but inside that folder you'll have to clone the repository. अगर आपने clone कर लिया, if you have cloned the repository, then just go to cm, just make a folder, a small txt, and write your name into it. After that, come to this command prompt. After coming to the command prompt, you will have to change the directory, because the folder name of our repository is let's contribute. So what we'll do is, see, now we are into the pr folder. Now what we'll do is change directory to let's contribute and enter. So now we are into this folder. First we were over here. Now we are into this subdomain subdirectory of let's contribute, and over here you type git status. So it will say that you have made a folder Kush, and there is nothing to commit, but there are untracked files. All have done the git status step. Okay. So now we'll be adding our code to the repository. So to add, we'll write, it has said, it has already told us that you'll have to use git add. So we'll write git add and a full stop, space, a full stop. No output will be given, but your code, but to check that if it has added or not, we'll again write git status, and you will be getting that changes to committed. Red, the thing that is in red would be in green now. So you have to write git add dot us, and then again git status. What is the issue, Prasanna? uh, like, can we open the mic access for all the participants? Yeah, after adding it is showing green color. Perfect. I am getting system cannot find path. um, are you into the wrong folder where you have cloned and Is it something like that? Just check this path, this starting path till let's contribute. Is it perfect or are you missing something over here? So how many of you have got green color after get status? Just give a thumbs up. I missed status. Okay, so just write the command again, get status. You'll get those things done. Cool. After after this, so till now we have learned two commands. I want you to write those two commands into the chat so that we just remember these commands. And keep in mind, guys, these commands are really asked to you. If your resume says that you have used Git and GitHub extensively, then interviewer will ask you that tell me five basic commands of Git and GitHub that you use for creating and pushing code. So out of those five commands, two commands are what you're going to write into the chat. Arnab is right. Adesh has written right. Okay, we have done three commands: git clone, git add, and git status. So the first step is of cloning the repository. Second step is seeing the status after we have done some changes. And third is we are adding the code. ठीक है? And status is it is telling your current status. Okay. Git status and git add dot. Perfect. Perfect. Code.0 is just to open your VS Code. So that is not a, you can say it's not a command that is used. It is a command, but not for Git and GitHub. It is universal. आप कोई भी directory में जाओ, you'll write code dot and you'll get your VS Code open. ठीक है. After this, you'll write git commit dash m. So we are writing dash m for a message where we'll have to open these quotes, write initial commit by Kush. We'll end this quotes and click our enter. So it will say that 8 insertions have been done and main.cpp has been pushed. Okay. The next command is git commit dash m and a small message. Message can be anything. And you have got your mic access. So if you want to have some verbal conversation where you're stuck, so you can open your mics and we can have the conversation and I could help you out. So this is the command git commit dash m. Dash m is for writing a message and you write your commit message. So this is the first time I'm committing, so I'll write initial commit. If I have made something front end is done, so I'll write front end done. If I have made a if I have made a button, then I'll write that I have completed the button task. So whenever you're creating projects, you're into different stages, then you'll write different commit messages. Okay. So that's why this is the message, so that if we are a group of people who are working on a project, then through your commit message, your other team member would be knowing that what work you have done. And from that, he can interpret that, okay, this feature has been done and we have to work on the another one, another feature. That's why we are using commit messages. Okay. Committing part is done. Very good.
So, excuse me.
Yeah.
I got this. Please tell me who are you?
Please tell me who are you, right? So
Yeah.
these are the two commands. Okay, I'll just put this into your chat. The two commands that you have to use over here is the global username one and the global email one. After you do this, it would recognize you and then you're good to go.
Sorry for the inconvenience. There's a little technical glitch. He'll be back soon. Please be waiting. So, how many of you are done with the committing part? Great. Good to see quite of them are fine with the committing part. Please do interact in the Q&A sessions if you have any kind of doubts. We'll be clarifying it right now.
Hey, I am visible. Sorry for the internet lag, guys. Uh, I'll just present my screen again. Hmm, all right. So I hope we are good. We are good, right? Yeah, screen is visible. Great. So we are commit ho gaya. All everyone has committed. Committing part is done. If anyone, yeah. If what if someone gets stuck while contributing in open source? So what kind of stuck is this, right? If you could just elaborate, I'll try to help you out. Arnab. Up, if I go to my repository and click refresh, I'm still not able to see whatever changes I have committed. Can anyone tell me why is it not coming? Like, why is it not reflecting on my repository? Has anyone got some idea कि हमने commit में क्या किया and अभी क्या बचा है? What is left? Push is needed. Okay. So see, just imagine that you have created a fresh repository and there's a small pipeline of code that would be maintained whenever you have created your repository. So this is the starting point. You have just committed, you have just pushed you have just committed things, you have not pushed it into the pipeline. So to push things into your remote pipeline, you'll have to write a command, git push, and then it will push all the changes that you have done into this repository. If I click refresh, see, the folder of Kush has came, and in that main.cpp we have the small code that we have written. So now your task is you'll have to write git push, the command, and that thing would be reflected into your uh, cloned repository, forked repository. Now after it is done, you'll get a small contribute button over here. Click on this and open a pull request. Okay, it will ask you to write a title and a message. Just write a message that pull request from your name and same as the description, and create a pull request. Okay, you'll get this contribute button. You'll have to click open pull request, and then we could get the PRs. And as soon as you have generated the PR, write in the chat that I have generated PR. PR is like pull request. Okay. And congratulations to you that you have created your first PR. So I'll be like merging this. You have created. Okay, okay, confirm merge. Okay. So now if you're stuck somewhere, you can read these steps of the README file, and you'll easily be able to create your first pull request. Okay. Anyone facing? Okay, can you explain once again what to do after push? Okay, see, you have done this git push. After that, you will go onto your repository. See, the one which says forked from Kush Munot, let's contribute. Okay, over here you get this contribute button. Click on contribute button and open pull request. Okay, it will take you to a new page and ask you for a title and some description. Just write over there created pull request from and your name, and create pull request. Just scroll down, you'll get a green button. Click on that green button, create pull request, and I'll be getting pull requests on my repository over here. Okay, the pull request button is not working, authentication failed. See, Jay, if it is saying authentication failed, then you You have, right? Do you have some 2 or 3 GitHub accounts? Okay, see, we have got from one from Sai and one from Manjeet. One from Adesh. Okay, great. Um, Jay, in the case of authentication failed, just try to write this command like git dash dash user, and it should be like you'll have to check your username, that if it is your own the username that you're using for your GitHub account and committing to that same to that same account. If it is correct, then you should not get this authentication failed command. If it is still like, if it is saying that authentication has failed, just hop onto this website and copy those two commands of email and of username, the second and third one. uh, where's this website? Yeah, second and third one. This is a good website where you get all the git commands from maintained by DigitalOcean. So yeah, you can always bookmark this repository, this website. Okay, so all those who have done their first PRs, I just want you to take a small picture. You might have got an email through GitHub that your first PR has merged or your PR has merged. And even if it hasn't merged, you might be getting something from GitHub also that you have, your PR has got merged. I want you to take a snap of that, and on any social media that you're using like Instagram or Facebook or like Twitter, LinkedIn, just take a small snap and post it over there that I have learned this in this open source event, so that people out there also get to know that you're learning something good, and it helps us gain a bit of reach to other audiences also, so that next time they attend such kind of sessions, because these are all free of cost, and it is just that you have to come and attend and learn something new. So yeah, this is how we create the first we have created a first PR. Now we'll be moving to the second part of this whole the whole session, that is Hacktoberfest. I know it's getting pretty late, but we'll be finishing by 8:10 for sure. Just 20 minutes more. Okay, where can we get GitHub notification? Just besides this, your logo, profile picture, just besides this, there is a small button, notifications. So there you get a small message that your PRs have been merged, or there are some things that are happening. So that is where you get stuff. So now this is one part. Now tell me that how many of you use how many of you are doing some team projects but not using GitHub for those team projects? Are there some people, like we might be in second year, third year, creating websites, projects, something, but we are like, whenever there are three peoples distributed in a team, if first one is contributing something, then he'll send a zip file on the WhatsApp group, you will write and you'll send a new zip file, and this zip file ringa ringa roses goes on till the project has not been made completed. How many of you make projects in such manner? I just want a small message from you guys onto the chat, because I have something for you which can ease your project making process through GitHub. Come on guys, कोई तो ऐसा होगा जो प्रोजेक्ट ऐसे बनाता होगा. Yeah, Manjit used to do this earlier. Cool, cool. So what now you can do is, like, I have created this repository, let's contribute. You can create your own project repository and go to settings section, then collaborators, and you can add someone. Like here I'll add one of my friend whose GitHub ID I know, and I'll add him to this repository. So he'll get a email notification, and then if he accepts this invite, then he can also contribute to this repository. So we have been working onto this from a long time. So there are a lot of projects that we have done using this method. One I want to share with you guys, like, okay, tell me how many of you are like doing competitive programming in your colleges? Thoda bahut code chef or lead code, code forces, anything. Guys, you should do these things into your college, lead code and GFG. Yeah, because that is going to help you in your fourth year whenever you're sitting for your placements. Competitive coding and sitting 3 hours doing solving questions is really helpful in your interviews and coding tests. So we have yeah, Harsh is doing on code chef and hacker rank. Very good, guys. Started learning DSA, no problem. You're in first year. People over here in my college all have started doing things in first year also, like they're giving contests in first year also, because in our curriculum they teach DSA in the very starting second semester only, right? So what, I have a small thing for you guys. Okay, this is a small platform that me and my friends have made, and it is called as Indian Coders. What we are trying to do over here is that you'll get a small thing. All of your points would be calculated on these three platforms: CodeChef, Codeforces, and LeetCode. And these custom points are through our own algorithm. So what you have to do is just click on register and fill in your details. It is purely based on OTP. You will get your OTPs on email. Enter your password. Your college names would be here. Enter your usernames and then click on register. After some time, you will be able to see your names into this leaderboard, and this would really help you to know your own global standings. So, and after this we also have some community support. If you love to join our community, you could surely try this out, and I really highly recommend, because I have been doing this stuff like competitive coding from my second year, and it has helped me a lot to crack dream placements into my own college. Some placements that are above 15 LPA, somewhat like those. So that's why I highly recommend that you guys should give your hands on competitive coding and on this DSA and competitive programming, because when you're sitting 3 hours and focusing to solve questions, then that would really help you in your interview tests in future also. So now if you're someone who is making projects, okay, we'll come back to our point, um, where we are, I'll show you something. Just give me a second. We have extensions on VS Code. So if you're really interested in seeing branching concepts, then you can install git branch extension on the VS Code extensions, and you will get this small branching logo into your git lens over here. All right. And I just want you to imagine that how many of us use Instagram? Just give a yes, 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 yes. I just want to see you active on the chats. Yes. So now tell me, you always try to update the app in 2.5 months where you get some new features into the application, right? So how is Instagram managing their code base? What we are doing is that GitHub helps you for version controlling. Whenever you have a stable version, you create that version and float it for updates, and after that your team creates a small branch from that update. जैसे तुम imagine a tree trunk is the whole stable portion, stable code, and any new feature that you're creating, a small branch would be created from there. And whenever that branch, in that branch we'll be working, we'll be creating bugs, we'll be solving bugs, and whenever our feature is ready, we'll again merge that into our own trunk, and then release another update which you can install through Play Store. I hope you're getting this concept what I'm trying to explain. Yes, give a thumbs up if you are getting this what I'm trying to explain. So just to imagine that how branching is going on, this small extension is there which is given as git graph. Git graph is the extension where, so now you can see that this blue color line is the main tree, and over here we have made a small feature that is made by Anjali, and she has then pushed it into the main trunk. Down you can see that from this main trunk we have two sub branches coming out. Whenever features are ready, they are getting merged, and this is how four of us have created this project. You can see at a time there are 3 4 branches created, and then they are merged, and we are pushing out different updates onto this platform. So this is how you can imagine the merging concept. So creating branch, you'll again get commands on this website. See branches. What is git branch? You'll have to just write git branch and your branch name so that it creates a branch from there. I'll just show you a small demo where we were in this PR stuff, and over here we'll write git branch push. So you'll get a new branch created, and you could see it over here, Kush. And in Kush, I can just create some changes. Like I'll just repeat this 2 to 5 times, and we'll commit again. So now here we'll say git status. So it is saying you have changed something. I'll write git commit. First we'll write git add, then git commit -m, and we'll write git push, and then my branch name to Kush. We'll have to push these changes to Kush. did not move to the branch. So git checkout push already on push. Okay, now we can write, and now it has pushed those changes into my branch. The command is git push origin kush. Okay, so this is the branch name, and now we can see through this git graph that there is a new branch which is kush, named kush, that has been changed. All right, so that is your this is where our git and github stops, and we'll be seeing um, like how many of you are actively contributing and searching for Hacktoberfest repositories. Give me a yo into the chat box, like searching but not contributing. Manjeet is finding it. Okay, so we chapters have collaborated and tried to bring something new for you. So GFG RSM chapter and other chapters also have uh, made a small organization which has different kind of Hacktoberfest um, labeled repositories. Okay, if you're someone who is interested in data structures, you'll get a data structures repository where you'll have questions, and you can read these instructions into the readme, and onto this problems.md you will get all those problems, lead code problems, which you can solve and commit to this repository. Okay, in the same way, there are other repositories like JavaScript mini project repositories, then Flutter project repositories. If you're planning to learn something and contribute open source, then this could be a good starting point for you guys to commit things and small projects. I pasted this link of the organization, and if you want, you can surely get this onto the link tree of GFG RCM chapters Instagram also, and you have this onto your chats, so you can contribute over here also. And other than that, if you want कि नहीं मुझे proper Hacktoberfest repositories, then just go to your GitHub accounts. Okay, we'll go to home page जहाँ पे आपका GitHub is like fresh. GitHub account is right now open, and here you'll write Hacktoberfest. Okay, and just click enter onto the search bar, top search bar. Now you will get almost 4.2k repositories that are labeled as Hacktoberfest. In on this left hand side, you can get filter by. Now, as I said you earlier, that if you're someone who is pretty new, then what you can do is filter on a niche of things that you're very good at. Now, if I'm good at C++, I'll click on C++. You get almost 492 results of C++ repositories. But now, how can I get repositories that are actually what we can say, that are actually authentic and getting updated frequently? Because whenever you give a PR, you are expecting that within 12 hours your PR is getting merged. So what you can do is over here sort by, and you can just click on recently updated, so that you get all those repositories that are recently updated. Now keep in mind guys, yeah, how to filter down effectively to your level. That's what I'm saying. Now keep in mind that if you are someone who is very beginner friendly and you just are diving into things, then there are some generalized concepts that are missing into each and every website or any program. First is that dark mode and light mode stuff that I was talking earlier. It is not present on each and every website, and it is very easy. What you can do is just YouTube about this concept, that how can I make dark mode and light mode thing in HTML or in React, and you can create an issue that your website is missing this feature, and I would like to add this dark mode light mode thing. Learn it, apply it, and uh, commit the code, push the code. Your first PR is getting updated. Then second is that most of the open source websites are not mobile friendly. Like the website I was talking about, it is purely mobile friendly because you, whenever you try to open it on mobile layout, it will always open properly. So that is that it is mobile friendly and people can use it on mobile. But some of the websites are not mobile friendly and their content gets out of the mobile screen and you have to scroll. So rather than doing that, what you can do is you can learn about media queries, a concept in CSS that helps you create such mobile friendly applications. And after learning that, again you can learn, apply, and create some pull requests into the repositories. You'll get a lot of HTML and React websites that are missing these two features, and you can easily create 4 PRs onto these also. Other than that, if you're inspecting a website, like last year when I was contributing, I saw a website, community website like this one only, and it was not having a testimonial section. So I told them that I'll create a testimonial section for your website and assign me this issue. So they assigned me, I worked on it, and I then successfully created a pull request. It got merged and I got my third PR like this. And most of you know how to like use C++, JavaScript. So you can even go on this, and a beginner, like you might get some beginner friendly websites that help you make your first PR. Clone them, fork them, clone them, write your code, create pull request like we did today. And then this is how you could find. Now if you want more easier stuff, then you'll have to like you'll have to clone the code, open those websites or open those repositories, find something that is missing, create an issue, and then work on that issue. This is the basic process of contributing to any Hacktoberfest repository. Okay. And as soon as you do this, you will be getting some batches. I'll show you mine that I got last year. Yeah, so these were the 4 batches of my first PR, second PR, third PR, fourth PR. In the same way, you will be getting this. And if you're wondering how to make such a good GitHub profile that stands out, then you can surely say visit this website, which helps you create such stunning GitHub profiles. So yeah, we are almost done. If you have any questions, then we could go on with the questions. Any questions, guys? All right. Um, till that, Shivangi or Hashita, can you just give everyone the video access also? We'll have a small photo and then we could end. What is the
Yeah.
concept of issue in GitHub? Can you demonstrate with example? Sure. So what the issue, the word itself says that there is some issue into the repository or into the project that you want to correct. Okay. So if we go onto the current repository that we were working, Now you can go to issues section, click on new issue, write the title, missing dark mode feature. Okay. And you write something some description that what you are going to do in detail and how is it going to help the website. After that, submit new issue. As soon as you write this new issue, I'll get to see it in issues tab that there is one open issue that has been made by myself only, and then I'll assign this issue. See, no one is assigned, assign yourself. So this issue is assigned to me because I have opened this issue. If you will open an issue, then you will be assigned that issue. After you get this assigned, you will get a notification also over here. Maybe you should get assigned, right? But it's not showing you. You always get an email. Like last years I have got emails that the issue has been assigned to you. And after this you can start working. And after working you submit your PR, so you'll get to see stuff below this, that you have worked something and you have created a pull request. And if that is the case, the maintainer will come to your forked repository, he'll clone it, he'll test it, and if everything works fine, then he'll merge this pull request into his own code base. Okay. um, So I hope, Krish, your doubt is cleared. Then next, yeah, Manjit, whatever you have done, it was a pull request and I have successfully merged it. How much Java or any language is needed to contribute for the first time? See, how much Java is not something that I can even answer, but basic Java can also help you to contribute into any data structures or programming related repository, like the one I showed you on our organization, Git for Geeks one. So that can also be a good place for you to start. And if you're someone who is from second, third, or fourth year and you have done Java full stack development, then you can go to a bit more advanced repositories like we found on the GitHub search bar, through the GitHub search bar and Hacktoberfest tags, and then you can work on contributing on them. See, if the issue is already assigned and it has almost been a week and it is still assigned and no one has worked on that issue, then you can ask the maintainer to reassign it, because there has been 7 days of time and no one has worked on it. Yeah, the person who is assigned has not worked on it. Okay. So in if there is a gap of 7.5 days, then you can ask the maintainer and he can, if maybe he wants to, he'll assign it to you again. So yeah, everyone, please, I'll stop my screen. Well, if anyone is really interested to get connected with me, this is my portfolio website where you can get to know more about me, and we can surely connect on LinkedIn and different platforms if you want to. But it was nice to have you all today learning Git and GitHub over here. I'll just want you guys to open your um, cameras so that we can have a small photograph.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kushaya. I request all the participants to on your videos. Yeah, before that, I would like to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude for your outstanding session today. Your step-by-step guidance on Git and GitHub, along with your hands-on approach, was incredibly valuable. And also your ability to explain complex concepts in a clear and engaging manner made it easy for all of us to grasp the fundamentals. Thank you so much, Abhishek Bhaiya and Kush Bhaiya, for making this session interactive and successful. Thank you. Now the platform is open for all the leads to please express your thoughts about the session.
Say cheese, guys. All right. So nice to have you all again. And if you are pretty much interested, I've got we can surely connect on LinkedIn. And if you want to ask anything on like full stack development or React, anything, I'll be happy to help you all. And it was nice seeing chapters collaborate and spread open source knowledge also. So yeah, congratulations everyone, and thank you for having me again.
Uh, Thank you so much, Kush, for joining us, and Abhishek too. Once again, if anyone has any doubts, please feel free to ask both Kush and Abhishek. They are still here, so they'll be happy to help you.
Yeah, if you have any doubts or else the session is like over, officially
Uh,
over.
no, no, not really.
Okay.
We have an announcement to make.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, yeah, it's about projects. I told you all that how can you find projects. We also have collaborated to bring some exciting projects for you. So, uh, Oindrila, if you're here, can you talk about the event that you guys are organizing on MLH? Wait for a minute, everyone. Okay, Smith, if you're here, can you talk about the MLH event? Oh, yeah, you're here. I can see.
Am I audible
which
now?
we actually talked about that event. Once again, I will share the link for that GitHub repository. You guys can contribute to this repository. All the projects will be opened and at our means Hacktoberfest accepted. So see you there contributing in the repos.
Yeah, we had the similar approach as well. We have a leaderboard. It's not ready yet, but yeah, let me share the repository to you, like the organization. You can choose from any project over there. Okay, let me see how do you do that. Am I audible?
Yep, you are audible.
Cool. Yes. Anyone who wants to like contribute to Hacktoberfest and they're finding having difficulty searching for projects, they can go into this organization and contribute to any repository they want to. Um, the other announcement I had to make is Shivangi, can you please share that slide over there? There was this one WC poster. Um, Let me just. Is it visible?
It's visible.
Right. Um, okay, so hey everyone. So GDC Triple IT Kalyani is organizing Winter of Code. So Winter of Code is a flagship event, and this will be our fourth iteration. So what is Winter of Code actually? Winter of Code is online like an contributing platform, basically just like GSOC and other contribute events. So Winter of Code is based on the lines of GSOC, and it is a 45-day event all total from proposal writing to your contribution phase. We have different types of organizations, namely Moja Global and Striva and other stuff. So it's really cool, and yeah, we are excited to host it again as an organize it again, and we hope that you all will be participating in it this year. Yep, thank you. For more details, I'll be sharing a Discord link. You can join there, and yeah, we'll have exciting stuff waiting for you.
So you have we talked about four events in this session, which is Hacktoberfest, Social Winter of Code, Winter of Code. Yeah, three events actually. So you guys have a lot of projects to choose from. So happy coding, everyone, and thank you so much for joining. Thank you to both of our speakers for joining us. It's really great to have you here. Thank you so much, everyone. Oh yeah, please share the Discord link, Undra, and all the links that.
Yep, I've already shared the Discord link in the Q&A part. I somehow cannot find the chat. I
Wait.
think this is what we have. Yep, already shared it.
Yeah.
Interested people can join. Yeah, we'll be having lots of events, and yeah, we'll keep you updated in Discord. Yes.